The only local news teams taking action for you. KIMA KEPR Action News starts now.
Coming up this morning on Action News, details on what officials are calling the second assassination attempt of former President Donald Trump. A man with an AK-47 style rifle was spotted pointing it towards the former president, but fled after being noticed. We'll share the details of the suspect's arrest. Plus, a fire in Benton County shut down a portion of Highway 397 while crews worked to get ahead of the wind that pushed that blaze from 10 acres to over 100 in size. We'll get you up to speed on that. And dozens of athletes laced up their shoes for the 4th annual 5K Run for Recovery in Pasco. Hosted by the Benton Franklin Recovery Coalition, the run aimed to show support for those dealing with drug addiction. We'll hear from the coalition president. That story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Monday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, in the world of weather, things seem to be kind of, par for the course. We had a little bit of wind come through. But in terms of to write home about anything, was there really much?
Not too much over the weekend and not too much moving forward. There's going to be a slight chance of showers today and tomorrow, also a bit windy tomorrow. But in general, for this time of year, the forecast is not too atypical for September. There's not too much to write home about, to use your phrase, Dave. As we are waking up this morning in Yakima, we are looking at the lights out over the city. Not seeing any adverse weather conditions in Yakima at this point. It's 58 degrees with mostly clear skies, a fairly light wind. Winds will stay fairly light through today before really increasing in strength for tomorrow. Looking at your weather headlines today and going forward, there is going to be some isolated shower chances, especially early in this week, namely on Monday and Tuesday, before we see a dry Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and even into the weekend. Temperatures will be staying seasonal through the forecast period, just a few degrees off of average one way or the other. And as I was mentioning, really there's just not too much to write home about over the course of the next 7 days. We'll discuss these weather headlines in greater depth coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We're going to begin this morning with some national news. The FBI is investigating what it says appears to be a second assassination attempt against former President Donald Trump. The incident happening Sunday at Trump's golf course in West Palm Beach, Florida. CBS's Christian Benavidez has the latest from the scene.
The FBI says it arrested a man after Secret Service agents saw the muzzle of an AK-47 style rifle pointing toward President Trump through shrubbery while he was golfing Sunday at his golf club in West Palm Beach.
Our agents engaged. We are not sure right now if the individual was able to take a shot at our agents.
A witness reported the suspect's license plate numbers to police. Within minutes, the FBI took him into custody without incident in a neighboring county. Officials say the suspect left a rifle, a scope, and 2 backpacks when he fled.
And there's also a GoPro on the fence there where he was intent on filming what was going on.
The suspect is identified as 58-year-old Ryan Wesley Ruth, a former North Carolina resident now living in Hawaii. He is seen here in a 2023 interview with the news organization Semaphore discussing the war in Ukraine. CBS News has learned the suspect has a criminal history and had been personally recruiting soldiers to fight in the war against Russia. He reportedly supported Trump in 2016, but at some point switched his allegiance. The Palm Beach County Sheriff says the suspect managed to get fairly close to the former president.
Between 300 and 500 yards, but with a rifle and a scope like that, that's not a long distance.
It was only 9 weeks ago that Trump survived another attempt on his life during a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. He escaped with an ear injury. The suspect in that case was killed by the Secret Service. The suspect in Sunday's incident now faces federal charges. Trump wrote in a fundraising text, "My resolve is stronger after another attempt on my life." Christian Benavidez, CBS News, West Palm Beach, Florida.
Now, former President Trump is scheduled to speak about cryptocurrency from Florida live on the social media platform X tonight. President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris were briefed on the matter. Harris said in a statement that violence has no place in America. And a little closer to home this morning, fire crews say a blaze scorched 134 acres Saturday night in Benton County. Firefighters tell us they were called out near South Owens Road just before 8 p.m., while crews say it started at 10 acres. Increasing wind speeds caused the fire to spread rapidly. No buildings were threatened, but several power lines were damaged, and Highway 397 had to be shut down at Owens Road for over an hour to give crews room to work. Crews remained on scene for several hours, mopping up the scene to make sure the fire didn't spark back up. The cause of the fire remains under investigation. A Pasco man is in the hospital following a crash near Umatilla. Troopers with the Washington State Patrol tell us the incident took place Friday night in the eastbound lanes of Interstate 82 when 25-year-old Edward Ruiz drove his motorcycle into the back of another vehicle. Authorities say Ruiz was transported to Kennewick with injuries, the extent of which are unknown. An investigation found Ruiz was tailgating the vehicle ahead of him prior to the crash. No charges have been submitted as of this time. On to some lighter news. It was a busy weekend in the Yakima Valley with the return of the annual Ponies in the Sun car show yesterday. Running for the 32nd year, the event was hosted by the Sun Country Mustang Club at Sarge Hubbard Park. This year, they also joined forces with the ranchero enthusiasts of the Pacific Northwest.
Yakima is a big car culture place. It always surprises me how many classic vehicles there are here, and the mixture of things you get. Even though it's a Mustang show, you see a little bit of everything. But we've got participants from the Vintiques, we've got the Cars, Chrome, and Coffee people that meet every Saturday. A lot of them come here and other people, and you get a chance to not only look at local cars, but also cars coming in from all over the Pacific Northwest.
Schneck says folks didn't have to own a Mustang, adding they can be also an enthusiast or have vintage Fords to attend the event, which saw people from across the Pacific Northwest and even Canada. According to Schneck, there was roughly 150 cars, and he says they plan to do it again next year. And as we wrap up the final days of summer, folks at Wade Park in Pasco laced up their shoes for the 4th annual 5K Run for Recovery Saturday morning, aiming to show support for those dealing with drug addiction. The Benton Franklin Recovery Coalition, the group behind the new recovery center set to open next year in the old Kennewick General Hospital, hosted the event, along with several other community partners, raising funds and awareness.
Oh, I'm passionate about this cause because I lost my son to drug addiction 10 years ago. And what I learned is that it's not the fault of the person. They have a disease. It is a brain disease. When they try to get well, it's extremely hard. And when there's no facilities, it's almost impossible to get well.
To learn more about the Benton Franklin Recovery Coalition or to get involved, there's a link up on our website, KEPRTV.com. This evening, the Yakima Health District and the 1997 Cafe in Cosina will host an event for anyone interested in selling food at events. On your screen, you can see some information by the Yakima Health District regarding the event. From 4 to 5 p.m., participants can learn how to sell food at locations including pop-ups, fairs, and flea markets. Attendees will learn the requirements as well as know how to go through the application process and more. The event will be held at 1997 Cafe in Cosina in Yakima. Now, Jefferson, let's jump right over to, actually, I want to talk about sports real fast because that Apple Cup was fantastic. I know you're quite an Apple Cup fan.
Yes.
And you said this was one of the first times in, 9 years that the Cougs won?
First time in 9 years, first time in a while. The Huskies have certainly had our number. Hopefully we can get rolling. I will say that this decade we're now split 2-2, so even through the 2020s. So
Right on.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about that later on.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely wanted to just dabble in that first. But let's jump right over to weather, though, because today's going to be another gorgeous day to get outdoors and do anything.
Well, I will say that there is going to be a slim chance of some raindrops out there today. It's not going to be, the chances aren't going to be too great, but a slim chance of those raindrops will exist. There is going to be quite the temperature gradient for the Columbia Basin and through the Yakima and Kittitas valleys, upper 70s to low 80s. Along the base of the Blue Mountains, just look for upper 60s to low 70s today. Again, with that slight chance of some raindrops here and there. We will discuss rain chances for today and if there's any more rain chances for the rest of the week coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. The time now is 5:09. Coming up on KEPR KIMA this morning, some regional news. The man accused of stabbing 4 University of Idaho students to death is now in a Boise jail, transferred from Latta County yesterday. It comes after a judge granted a venue change, citing security and fair trial concerns. And in state news, we're starting day 4 of the Boeing machinist strike after they overwhelmingly rejected the contract offer Friday. On the picket lines over the weekend, employees stood in the rain, calling for a better deal. We'll have more details on that after the break. But later in the show, authorities in Georgia have released the 911 call audio from the day of the Appalachia High School shooting. 4 were killed and 9 others were injured. Officials say most of the calls came from concerned parents, and it overwhelmed the call center. We'll dive into that when we get to top stories. But for now, we have to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll have more news and weather in about 2 minutes.